Okay, I'll go here. Sorry. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. It's a great evening. I'm so glad all of you made it. There's a lot of events going on, including cricket, including football, and I think even tennis at Indian Wells. So all of that is behind you now, and you're here live, tuned in, some of the greatest speakers that we have. I owe it to you to give you a rationale as to why GOAT was conceived. It's, in the consulting world, we always say there are positive forces, and these positive forces have to be channelized. So I have to kind of underpin what are those positive forces which made me, mentally cook this GOAT platform. So I will take 5 to 10 minutes before I get the champions of the healthcare world that we have invited to speak to take the stage. Is that okay? Yeah, thank you. So, time starts now. Yeah, I like that. And I'm always over budgeted, so I'll finish early. So, a few things. First of all, every one of us went through some transformation in life because of the internet or because of the consumer companies, payment companies, education companies. Everything was tech, medical was tech. Everything was transformational in the world, not only in India, across the world. Everywhere, there were two key words which had 60% of all presentations had these words: disruption and transformation. So nobody was left behind in that. One of the most innocuous animals, goat, the bakri, that also got transformed. Everybody started talking about Federer is the GOAT, no, Djokovic is the GOAT, no, Kapil Dev is the GOAT, no, Sachin is the GOAT. There was a GOAT for cinema, there was a GOAT for sports, there was GOAT for politics, Narendra Modi is the GOAT, or whoever, Biden is the GOAT, or whatever. GOAT became in front. So I was thinking, how do we use this goat, the poor animal, and use it for what we go through in our midst? That was one thought. Let's park it there. The second thought was, when we all became members of this club, we negotiated for recreation, we negotiated for maybe the facilities and meeting rooms and what have you. But we never negotiated for this camaraderie which has gotten built. The bonding within the group is absolutely unprecedented as compared to any other groups. We are all members in each one of us of other groups, but this group has unique glue that binds us together. We are in the gym together, we are in the tennis courts together, we are in the swimming area together. So there's a lot of camaraderie in the group. So I was just thinking, why not use the acronym GOAT and say, this is a group of all-round talent. And mind you, the talent is mind-boggling. Did you realize there are 20 doctors in the group? All specialists? God forbid, we don't use them. Let us only hold them as friends. We keep them at a distance, But there are doctors. There are entrepreneurs. There are entrepreneurs who are managing balance sheets or professional managing directors or professional people managing balance sheets of $20 billion. This is the group, all the way from startup. Today, startup and mid-size and large size and service industry and banking, of course. And we have consulting, by the way, and we have a fabric which is microcosm of the elite India, still not the rural India, elite India. So I thought, why not bring GOAT? Why not bring all the talent? All of them get a chance. This is a peer group. This is hierarchy-less, command-less. It's everyone is everyone else. You put the hand around the shoulder, everyone is a friend. Just because the three of them got picked up for the first inaugural shootout today doesn't mean that there is some hierarchy cooking up. How did we hit upon healthcare? Unfortunately, I was going through a medical emergency at home. And all of these thoughts are coming into my mind. We have to do something with the group. We are very eclectic group, very diverse group, a lot of talent. Everybody has some ingenuity amongst themselves. Why not pool all of that and make it go like that, blast off? But I was, at home going through a medical challenge, and I after a couple of stops here and there, I went to critical care. The second visit with my mom, who's having a chest and lungs and a heart challenge, Dr. Namjoshi surprised me. He remembered all details of the first visit. And I was wondering whether I have passed on the papers before and he has read it. It wasn't, it was with me. He's a brilliant guy. He just was, after that, we are at home. We have met a couple of other doctors in critical care. It's just a stone's throw away. From my home, it's only 250 meters. So it's a boon. And on the same trial or the same phase, I couldn't get my mom for a scan, X-ray or something like that. Then I called Sanjay. Before we reached home from the nursing home, his people had come with the X-ray machine at home. Sanjay is a phenomenal help. So when we have, there's so many people of help, and Varun Khanna we selected because he's a young chap. He's done something everywhere. We went for the Ranji Trophy match the other day in MCA. Was not even Ranji Trophy. CK Naidu, under 25 Punjab versus Mumbai. Everywhere fasten up. I don't know whether you realized it, Satish. So there is fasten up. We run marathons. We are dependent on fasten up. I said, why not start the platform by getting 3 ubiquitous name, which is so well spread, and it is, whether we like it or not, influencing our lives. So you now connect the dots. There is GOAT, greatest of all times, but group of all-around talent, the diversity amongst the people and the talent that we have. And there are some obvious props, obvious healthcare champions amongst us. So we thought we'll bring it together and kick off the GOAT session with these 3 champions. So that's where we are. Now, for enabling that, I had to put together a committee. Now, Vineeta always narrates the resume of others, but she is in herself an incredible lady. I want all of you to know that she is a communication expert par excellence. She is an amazing, amazing talent. For those of you who didn't know, because she's always putting other resume as a pot shot right up front, but she herself worked with BBC, which today is maybe a controversial word, but BBC is always the mother of all broadcasting. And that too, she was a journalist, if I'm not mistaken, covering London. And not for brief time, for 10 years. Although you don't look like having worked for 10 years, but still, let me give you the credit. And then she was in India as a country manager, BBC, and now she's a professor in the prestigious SP Jain Institute of Management. And she's helping us in all the communication, in all the great creatives that we send, trace it back to the brain in the group. And we have 2 stalwarts, Ravi Bakshi and Anil Dang. For them, any task is only small. No problem is the first thing that they will tell. Everything is under control. That is an amazing, you call them anytime. The first thing they make sure everything is ready is alcohol. We are the checklist. Alcohol is everything. Alcohol is ready. So those 2. And 2 ingenious entrepreneurs we roped into the committee. That is Lalit, Vashisht, excellent guy. He's got access to so much of innovation, and he understands how everything works. So we had him, the luxury of him. And the youngster, who unfortunately is indisposed with viral fever, he couldn't come, Nakul Ruparel. He's an angel investor, he's a VC investor, he's a founder. He's got a pet food company which he's running. Excellent guy. So we formed a committee, and we are here today to welcome you. Tushar, I've just taken 6 minutes. So thank you very much for this lovely, lovely, lovely audience. Last but not the least, before I hand over to Sanjay, our champion number 1, I have a special surprise. So there will be another speaker who, I always feel in the world today when we go for consulting presentations, the first question is asked is, what have you done in terms of social impact? Nobody is bothered about your economic power or your ability to influence the economics of your client or yourself. What have you done socially? You're as good as what you have done in terms of helping the community. So we have one master guy who's going to walk in. It'll be a surprise. He's a phenomenal leader. What he's done takes a breath away to understand what he's done for this country. I was lucky. Shivani offered to introduce him to the audience, Shivani Kejriwal. So he's going to turn up, Shivani, today. So, I mean, amazing. It'll be a surprise package. I'm telling you how the world has moved in the country in terms of transformation of the people who are in the lowest of the low class, in the bottom, what is famously called bottom of the pyramid. It hasn't remained as a jargon. A lot of good work is done. So I would request all of you to pay equal attention and into what you're going to hear towards the end of today. But all in all, packed session, 1 hour. So the good news is that it'll all be rolling quickly. That's all from my side. Thank you very much. It was wonderful to once again invite you.